And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I was dealing with some weird technical difficulties, but I think I'm okay now. I hope. I hope everything's okay now, and I hope everything is okay with you, because you are awesome and amazing, and, you know, that's just great. All right, hey, let's jump into Minecraft, because that's fun and exciting, even here in the dark. Hey, Chair, welcome in over there on YouTube. Hope you're having a fabulous day. And we're going to be messing around with some rabbits today because, you know, rabbits are fun and stuff, right? Yeah, absolutely. So here's the deal. I set up this little rabbit farm. It's a temporary thing, right? I've got a bunch of rabbits and I want to build stuff here, and the rabbits are in the way. But I want to keep them around because I do want an easy source of rabbit's feet if and when I need them. So we are going to be dealing with rabbits. Now, I think I have a generally vague idea of where they need to go. Rabbit is annoying to catch. You are not wrong. Now, if you have a dandelion or a carrot or a golden carrot, right, they'll be attracted to you, right? You can see all of these rabbits are now wanting to come see me because I've got a golden carrot. That helps a lot. That helps so much. But what we're going to be doing today, hopefully, is building a nice rabbit farm. So I think what I want to do is come down this way. Okay, I think I want to put the rabbit farm down here. And maybe something's going to work out. We're going to find out. But I think what I want to do is we're going to put this down here. I don't want to take out this column because I think what I want to do for the rabbits is we'll drop them down one level at a time. But I think I want to do something kind of different here. So I'm going to need some ice, first of all. Because, you know, rabbits like ice, right? That's totally a thing that's... Rabbits are well known for their love of ice and stuff, right? You know, rabbits on ice, isn't that like a, you know, a thing or something? No? Okay. Fine. They probably don't like ice. But we're going to slide them around on some ice anyway, whether they like it or not. So the idea here, let's, I'm also going to need some water, which I probably don't have. I should have a bucket here somewhere. Oh, yeah, there we go. Also, some more ice. It's the great bucket hunt of whatever year this is now. Oh, hey, Snoopers. Welcome in. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Also, I need to find some fences. Those are gates. They're like fences, but not. I have... Aha! Fences. Those will work. All right. Let's go see what we can do. Oh, yeah. Hope you all are having a good day. Nice. This lovely period between Christmas and New Year's when nobody knows quite what the heck is going on. That's kind of where we're at today, I hope. Or at least that's where I'm at. I don't know about the rest of you, but... Okay. So, we're going to drop some ice here because we want rabbits. Actually, you know what? Let's slide the rabbits on this side. I think I think they'll be happier sliding around over here. I don't know. Rabbit sliding habits have never been high. You've missed a lot. You've missed a little bit. You've missed a little bit. So now I dug a lot of this out just because I was bored one day and wanted to play Minecraft. So one of the problems of being a content creator is that, hey, I want to build stuff with all of you guys while I'm streaming, and what do I do when I'm not streaming? No, but I did put up some nice decorations around the potion brewer. And we did a little bit of decorating in here. It needs work, but we're getting there. On the plus side, I also dug a small tunnel from the basement here right through this very exciting tunnel into the storage room. Because that seems handy. Yes, the back rooms, but preferably with less creepiness. I mean, I don't know. Maybe creeping through the back rooms would be fun. And not at all weird and stuff. You know, who knows? Okay, so what I want to do is I think I want to have rabbits, baby rabbits in particular, drop down roughly here. And then I think I want to put them on the slip and slide and send them over this way. All right, and that means we're going to need a couple of things going for us. Water's going to be here. I think, let's see. If I put the rabbits up there? Okay, now we need to talk about usability. How do we actually use the silly farm? So here's what my plan is. My plan is to have a bunch of rabbits sitting on top of fences. And then when you breed them, the baby rabbits will drop down because they're tiny into a little water stream that will flush them over here, where you can wait for them to grow up before attempting to remove their feet. Okay, that's the idea. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Rabbits are weird. Okay, they are. Okay, there's no getting around it. Rabbits are just, they're a little wackadoodle, and that is okay. But need to be sure that they actually do things. I could bring shulker boxes down with me too if I wanted to actually build stuff. I know, it's weird, right? Having building materials. No, I'm just gonna take the long route up to my shulker monster every time I'm up here. It's just, it's fine. Also, I don't remember where I put anything, so it's a great search through all of this nonsense. All right. So we need this. We're gonna need some water. We'll go get that. Well, now I suppose. And again, I have no idea how this is gonna work, but let's go get some water, and we'll see if maybe something is gonna happen. We're trying to get out and hike. You're down 10 pounds. Oh, that is awesome. That is amazing. I wish I could say I actually gained a couple of pounds over the last couple of weeks, but I'm not walking because I'm not going to work, and I ate way too much chocolate, so you know. Hopefully, I'll get back on the weight loss trail next week. But that is awesome for you. I'm glad you're having some success. Honestly, one of the biggest things for me was just changing how I ate. Because, you know, I ate like a goblin. You know, I just not good. So I don't know why goblins have bad diets, but apparently they do. And yeah, finding some amazing trails and stuff. Nice. All right, so we're gonna bring the rabbits this way. They're little, but so I want them to flush around. See, they need to drop down through here. Kind of like this, I guess. You know, I don't know. I don't know anything. Hi, welcome to the I have zero clue about anything club. And I don't know what this is going to look like. I also am realizing that probably using blocks there is going to be bad. Maybe. Let's get some glass. Glass is always fun. Oh, yeah, it's nice when you can find a good trail, though. Yeah, that's the one problem. I live in a mountain valley. We've got some beautiful mountains all around. The problem is it's at least 40 minutes to drive to any place, and I just don't have the desire to do that. Glass. Oh, we'll go with white glass. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. I honestly should be like doing some designing and making this look good and all of that while I'm doing this. That would make sense. But, yeah. All right. Well, this should be a thing anyway. Walking the neighborhood is not as much fun without a dog. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Okay. We are going to glass this up. Now, what I don't know would surprise many people, but the plan is to have the rabbits flush across this way when they drop down, and hopefully good things will happen. But I should get some lights, but I can put some lights down later. All right, so the idea is they'll drop down this way. The question is, where do I actually want to have the rabbits to feed them? Yeah, man, it's always tough when you lose a pet, though. Because, you know, they're family and stuff. I can't jump on things. Okay, I think the idea is we're going to have... I think I want them here. We have to... Oh, darn. We have to be able to feed them without them getting out, which is a special problem. Let's head upstairs for a minute. Yeah, I've been... My wife and I have both been missing my cat. And it's like, you know... We really can't afford to get another cat, but maybe we could. Maybe. Okay. Now, I don't want that to connect. Okay, so we've got some things to sort out here, but because I need the rabbits to drop down basically between things. So if I bring the rabbits up, I guess they could go here. I need to take out the blocks behind it. But if the rabbits are here, I think what I can do is put slabs at this level. Maybe they won't hop out, or if I have to try it with a couple of them and see, but we have to be able to actually reach said rabbits, which could be an extra special breed of, I have no idea what's going on. So, you know, it's going to be a thing. So maybe what I need to do, I think I'm going to have to bring the rabbits up or move the feeding station down. One of the two. Either would probably be okay. I just don't know which one would work best. because, you know, I'm indecisive. Man. On the plus side, I rewatched When Harry Met Sally today. I forgot how good that movie was. I'm a sucker for a good romantic movie, and that is a good romantic movie. Okay, so the rabbits are gonna have to be at least. Actually, you know what I might be able to do? Yeah, it is a classic. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be able to get back. So if they're gonna be standing on this, right, we're gonna have blocks here coming around, so they can't get out. Oh, it's you know, that's one of those movies that I've seen a couple of times and then just sort of forget about, which is weird because it's so good. It is so good. Let's get some slabs. And I think not wood. I think I want to do stone of some sort. But yeah, it hit me right in the feels. So you know, it's said a good romantic movie would do it. Have I been off for? Yes. So the university I work at, I mean, aside from the fact I was on vacation last week, but the university I work at shuts down between Christmas and New Year's. So we're all off this week, which is kind of nice. So, yep, that's been handy. So I spent today, I uploaded some and edited some clips for socials because I've been putting that off for too long. And then, I dug out a big area under my base in the Badlands, so that was fun. And then, yeah. But also, I've just sort of been hanging out and doing nothing because that's fun too. Finishing some of the weird things I need to do to keep my music collection functioning. And I have been reading. Yes. The Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking was fun. I was looking for another book. Ended up picking up another book by the same author called The Clockwork Boys, which is the first of a series of at least 2 books, and I'm now on the second one. Who is the author of this thing? Officially, the author is T. Kingfisher, but that's an alias because she normally writes, I guess, kids' books under her real name, Sasha something or other. But, yeah. All right, so that should drop them down this way. You know, do I read any Terry Brooks? I have read Terry Brooks. In fact, I have. Are they on the bookshelf behind me? Probably not. I've got a handful of the Shannara books that were a special breed of fun. All right, so I'm going to close this off, but I do need to make it slightly moist. Okay, so this is where they're going to stop, the little our little bouncer guys. And I think what I want to do here. Yeah, the Shannara books, I almost failed English because of the Shannara books, or at least a section of it. We had a section I had was probably the best English class of all time. It was an elective when I was in high school. The course was sci-fi, fantasy, and horror and independent reading. Now, I could have done without the horror, but we read The Sword of Shannara in class, right? That was part of one of our assigned books. And, oh yeah, it was a special breed of crazy. I'm a little bit worried about this. I need those to not connect. But if the rabbits, the baby, if the bunnies end up down here, they're not going to be in the water stream. Yeah, so we read Star Wars, or we watched Star Wars, in class. But no, so Shannara was our assigned reading, right? We were going to read through the book, and just like any English class, it's like, okay, read a couple of chapters, have a test over it. I picked up the book. I read the entire first book before we hit the test on the first couple of chapters. And I was into the second or third book in the series by the time we hit that test. At which point, I was getting my books confused, and I had to go back and reread The Sword of Shannara. Because I was just getting it all wrong. Okay, I think the way I'm going to have to do this, let's grab a crafting table. So yeah, it was fun. We had to read one nonfiction book, which, ooh, nonfiction, ooh, scary. I love nonfiction. But even better, I happen to have, let's see, so they're going to drop down here. I happen to have a book. It was a nonfiction book. It was written by Tom Clancy about the U.S. Armored Cavalry. So, yeah, that worked out great. It was a night. Now I'm stuck. Wonderful. Okay. Anyway, it turns out Clancy ended up being somewhat of a... oh, do I want that to go that way? I think that's okay. He ended up being somewhat of a military expert just from all of the research he had to do to write his books. And I'm stuck again. Awesome. So yeah, that was exciting. Okay, so I think if we do this, I mean, I still have to put the water back, but I think that'll work. Oh, I need to fill in back here too. Which means I need more stairs. And I hope this is going to work. So, but yeah, it was all sorts of fun. I enjoyed it. We had days we just had to read in class. It's like, dude, you could not have asked for a better class for me, man. All right, so that's going to go there. The rabbits will drop down that way. I hope. I have no idea if this is going to work. I hope it's going to work, but I have no idea if it's actually going to. Okay, so they're going to come this way. And then what I need to do is set things up so that they flush in. Okay, so they'll flush in over here. I think they'll end up going that way, and then I need a trapdoor. Okay, I'll go upstairs and get a trapdoor here in a minute. Everything is flooding around this way appropriately. That shouldn't be there. Okay, and then let's be sure I can actually feed the rabbits before we get too crazy here. All right, so let's just pop up this way for a minute. So in theory, we're going to have rabbits bouncing along up here. I might have to be on a slab to reach them. Yeah, maybe. All right, let's go get some trapdoors and hope I can make this work. But yeah, it was fun. Now, unfortunately, I think my teacher was into horror. So, because we read a fair amount of horror short stories. They weren't too bad. We read Lawnmower Man by Stephen King and a handful of other things, but those were definitely not my jam. But okay, so how to do this while keeping some rabbits around in case I fail. Okay, because what I'd like to do is just take all of these rabbits and drop them straight down, but all right, we are going to have to come in underneath, I think. All right. All right, I think I can do that. Pull them down, sucker them over. Okay, I think maybe I know what I'm doing. Maybe. But yeah, anyway, I was surprised when I got my transcript when I graduated. I was surprised at how many English credits I had because, oops, I'm down too far. There's a certain reality there. Stream Hub, welcome. Hope you're having a fabulous day over on Kick. But yeah, I had what was I doing? I was saying words. I don't remember what those words were. But yeah, it was great to be able to just sit there and just read and, have all that fun. Oh, trapdoors. I forgot to get trapdoors. Oh yeah, anyway, my transcript. Thank you, Snoopers. I was surprised at the number of English credits I had when I graduated. Because the one category of classes I routinely came close to failing was English. I know anyone who's heard me speak would be shocked that I would have any sort of problem with grammar or spelling or anything like that. English bored me. My English classes were so dull. And so I couldn't convince myself to spend any amount of effort on the stupid things. Okay. So I didn't. And unfortunately, that meant I came very close to failing a couple of times. But no, I had that class. I took a speech and drama class at one point. I also had a class which was, I got English credits for it, which was fun, but it was the class was communications technology, I think it was. And it was a 2-credit class. We got a science credit and an English credit. Okay, so we're going to drop rabbits down this way. Okay, so the idea is that they're going to end up in here. But yeah, we got 2 credits for it, and it was a fun and exciting and interesting class. So yeah, I was just shocked. Okay, so now just to fill in here, the plan is once the rabbits are all down here, I'll cover this up and we won't have to deal with it anymore. But I am going to have to get them down here at some point. So that about the time Congo came out. So I took that class, it was my senior year, so it was 94. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a special breed of fun. Let's be sure a drop chamber is in place. Now, all right. And I remember Congo coming out, so, but yeah, 95. Okay. Yeah, so I graduated in 95. I think I think that class might have been the fall's term, so, or the spring term, so it may have come out while I was in school. Right, during my senior year. All right, so Let's see now. How am I going to get these rabbits down here? All right, we'll just put that stone there for now because I know that's not what's going to be there. I think what I might do is if I just put some water down. Yeah, this might work. If I put some water down here. Well, that's annoying. I would like this to form an infinite water source. Those aren't slabs. All right, we'll do it this way. Okay, this is probably going to be painful later, but we'll go with it. Communications technology made you think of that movie? Yeah. Yeah, I managed to get out of the 2 classes I did not want to take in high school. The classes I was dreading were biology and chemistry. Biology, not because I particularly disliked biology as a subject, I just didn't want to dissect an animal, which was still part of the curriculum at the time. And so I didn't want to dissect an animal. And it turns out I am really, really bad at chemistry. Of all of the things that I was surprisingly bad at, chemistry was one of them. And in part because I couldn't do the math. Now, I am a math guy. I'm a mathematician. I have a degree in mathematics, okay? But darn it, I could not figure out the magic math that they used in chemistry. And I don't know what it is. I don't know why. There's just something with chemistry broke my mind. Okay, yeah, this is just going to have to come all the way down. So I was not looking forward to either of those. And I managed to get out of them by taking 2 different classes. Instead of biology, I took environmental technology, which was interesting, but we learned about, we studied things like solar panels and wind power and all of that fun stuff, right? So that was a fun class. And then I took Comtech, which was, said it was a combination English and science class. No, these both do. Ah, cheese monkeys. Turns out we did not study cheese monkeys. But had we studied cheese monkeys, we would totally know that the best ones are nacho flavor. Yeah, that's true. Okay, fine. Fine. Anyway, so I took those, which is hilarious because now I'm sitting there in my English class. It was probably, you know, whatever our regular English, you know, English for high school people-ish, you know. I have a good memory. Well, I sometimes remember things. That's. But I'm also somewhat clueless at times. Also, I'm lacking in my scaffolding. What the heck did I do with all of my scaffolding? Anyway, but I remember sitting in my English class as the rest of my classmates come in smelling of formaldehyde because it was that time of year in biology. And as I have been reminded lately by the incessant ads on Twitch or something about how vaping has formaldehyde, which is used in taxidermy, I was, again, very grateful that I did not have to deal with dissecting those poor critters. All right, let's see if I can do this. Okay, so darn it. All right. All right, here, Wabbit, Wabbit, Wabbit. Here, Wabbit, Wabbit. Come on. That's right. That's right. You're going to come this way. Don't make me get the leash. You're going to make me get the leash, aren't you? All right. All right, come here, you silly Wabbits. Got you. Okay. Ah, okay. Fed that one. Well, apparently that rabbit's now happy or something. Okay. Oh, they're leashed together. Awesome. Okay. One of these is going to do... Okay. Now, the fact that I have tied my rabbits together and had them breed probably has some weird connotation that I should probably not think too hard about. All right, come on, both of you, just come this way. All right, that rabbit's just going to be there. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to talk about, you know, weird. Okay, come on, go through the silly gate, man. All right. Okay, so that's undone, and stop. This is not a three-legged... I'm going to have to get shears, aren't I? I'm going to have to get shears. Darn it, stay. All right. All right. The rabbits, they're silly. No, what's actually extra funny is that it turns out I was 100% oblivious to subtle dating type hints. I remember sitting in class in my many years later that she was probably wanting me to ask her out. Because we were sitting there one day and she's going on about all these movies she wants to go see. And I thought, okay, cool, movies are fun. Not once did I think that, oh, maybe she's telling me this because she wants me to ask her out to go see a movie. Because I was just totally oblivious. Which is fine. It happens. Okay. So you guys are going to hop down there. Now, have I totally... Okay, no, they're just swimming. Awesome. All right, so what I'm going to do, let's see if I can make something happen here. I want trapdoors. I can't... Okay, that torch is just in the way. Okay. Anyway, it was fun. Okay, see if you guys can, will you guys just wash down there, please? I think I'm gonna have to, here, let's do this. Maybe I can get them to, there we go. Yeah, now you too. So, yeah, anyway, I, just totally clueless. Okay, all right, get down there, you. Come on, rabbit. I know, you're just a bunny, but... Okay, see, that's how that's supposed to happen. Okay. So, this is good. So let me show you what just happened, okay? Here, we have rabbits, okay? Sitting down here on the fences, right? But, and it probably escaped. There was another baby rabbit that dropped down here Oh, yes. Okay, I see what happened. That's not good. All right, that's not going to work, the stairs. See what happened here? The baby bunny fell down between the fence posts, which was great, but then it got caught up here on the stairs. So I'm going to need a block. It's going to be, it needs to be a full width block that the fences will not bind to. Yes, sneaky Wabbit indeed. All right, so I happen to have, what do I have? Leaves. I have leaves. I can, do I have leaves? Yes, haha. I have spruce leaves, which will work out just fine. Silly Wabbit. But it did verify that, yes, the full-size rabbits will, in fact, drop down and be, or will sit up here on the fence. And the baby rabbits, oh, right, he's in the way. The baby rabbits will not. They'll fall through. Okay, which is good. That's good to have that confirmed. So let's get through here. Take all of this stuff out. Okay, and let's see. All right, there we go. So that should work. So if I were to come through here, and if I were to feed, oops, yeah. That's gonna be interesting. Right, so if I were to come through here and feed these guys, okay, right, they make all lovey-dovey, and then a baby bunny spits out and ends up down here just waiting for fun things to happen, which is great, except I need a hopper. Okay, I have a hopper, right? He's a cute little hopper, right? No. I need a redstone hopper because that's just not going to work for me. And you, I'm sorry to say, have found a good farm somewhere to live out your days. It was great. Okay, so good. So this is going to work. I need a hopper. Hopper. You know, I had an ender chest with me. I could have just grabbed a hopper down there, but no. That would have involved thinking. And we can't have that now. That's just silly. All right. So let's get back to the plan here. Okay, so we've got this baby rabbit. Baby rabbit is going to end up running away, which is not surprising. I need chests. Happen to have chests, conveniently enough. That's not a chest. Okay. All right. Cool. So that rabbit's going to run away, and we'll end up dealing with other things. Unfortunately, yeah, so you have to feed them from up here, which is fine. You get up here, you can. I think you can reach them. Yeah, I think you can reach them. You just have to be snuggled in close or crouched and stuff. I don't know. Snuggling is fun. That's what rabbits are for, right? Rabbits are totally snuggly critters. All right. All right. Now, before I get too much further along with this, let's replace this glass with the birch planks. Okay, so birch planks go that way. And then what I want to put under there, okay, let's go ahead and grab some frog lights, which I probably left in a chest up there somewhere. I emptied out my inventory and then did things. Well, that's dumb. I was going to just put frog lights under there, but turns out frog lights won't shine through the blocks because that would be, you know, normal. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm going to want to replace all of that stone, but for now, we're just going to have crazy amounts of frog lights under here. It'll be great. Okay, so now I think what I can do is get our rabbits from up there to down here. And I think I can do that while keeping most of them alive, which is a plus, right? Okay. All right, so this is going to come out. Oh, I need to be sure I've got water flowing. And, you know, rabbits have, like, almost no hit points at all, so... So, yeah, we'll just need to be a little bit careful about how we do this, but I think if I were to come through here like so... Okay, we're about to rain rabbits down... Okay, I think we lost it. Yeah, we lost a couple of them. Okay. Yeah, just a couple. Here. No, I need that there. That's fine. Their poor little rabbit bits are fine. Hi guys, come here. Well, that worked well. I think what I want to do here, hang on. Let's give them a little bit at... Oh, good. Now I'm stuck. Cool. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is let's open that up a bit. Actually, let's just take that out. Okay. Come here. Are you going to hop to your death? Probably. Okay. Well, some of them survived, and that's good, I guess. Okay. And then that one is stuck to is still leashed, so. Okay. All right, so you go sliding on down through there. Awesome. Now, do I still have slabs? I do have slabs. Wonderful. So what I want to do is try to close them in like that. Awesome. All right, now I think I can get out. And other than the fact, apparently I have... Hi. Okay, I'm chasing a rabbit around with an axe. Is anyone surprised that it's running away from me? Okay. That rabbit has a fine and wonderful life ahead of it at a farm somewhere. All right. Okay, so let's see. Let's get a few more planks out here. The good news is I can replace this floor and be fine. And we are not at all going to be concerned about bunny murder. No, no. It's going to be great. All right, so the idea is you come up here with your carrots, and then you can, I hope, yeah. Okay, yep. I think Yeah, see, we've got little babies raining down there, which is great. Okay. Cool, so now the babies end up down here in the hopper. Okay, this is wonderful. The problem is now I've done something really, really silly. And I actually can't do anything about those rabbits. So what I'm going to need is an armor stand. Okay, do I still have sticks? No, that would make sense. Okay, let's make some sticks. Okay, and crafting table is over here, which is easy to get at. Okay. So yes, so what I'm going to need to do is we're going to have to put this here. I'm going to have to replace that block, I think. And sure. Well, that was great. Okay. All right, so then the plan, I guess, would be to then come up here with a sword with sweeping edge, which I have, right? All the sweeping edge and stuff. Yeah. Okay, right. I would have to come up here with a sword. Now, these guys, they're too little for anything to happen, but... Okay. Yeah, see, then that will work. And if they had bits, they would drop in here. Okay. Now, since things are changing just a little bit, let's rig this so it goes this way. All right. And our rabbit bits are going to go in there. Cool. All right, so this will come out. All right, so yeah, so you just come over here. Thwacky, thwacky with the sword. You just have to wait for the rabbits to grow up. Which, you know, is a thing that totally happens. Okay. Yeah, I think. And you can close this. Won't matter, but you can. All right, nice. So what we now have ourselves a rabbit farm. Okay, so let me get some more rabbit food. And of course, I'm using the golden carrots because, you know, what else would you breed rabbits with, right? Regular carrots. I know. We'll deal with that in a little bit too. Okay. I think... Yeah, I don't think any of them are there. Now, you can't get the XP out of this, unfortunately. Because, like these rabbits, they're just floating on top of the fences. Ah, all the white ones went. Oh, well. Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to have to wait a few minutes before they refresh and are ready to breed again. All right, cool. Well, let's clean up this stone pillar that's here. All right. And I'll sit here and eat the rabbit food because, you know, it's definitely a thing. Okay. All right, nice. So, yeah, it's not going to be a fast rabbit farm, of course, you know, but whenever are these things fast? Of course, it would have been faster had I not ended up losing half my rabbits to the trap doors here. That was unpleasant. Not at all what I had in mind, I have to say. I kind of wanted those rabbits to be alive. I know, I'm weird like that. I want rabbits to be alive after I set up a machine to make it easier to kill them. Yes, I wanted them alive until I was ready for them. Yep. What I should have done was just open the gate, let them hop out to me and drop down here, and then flood over and not drop them down there. But it's okay. Unfortunately, now that I've got them in this machine, I don't really have a good way to just breed them up so I can have more breeding rabbits there. But I suppose it's okay. We'll figure things out. The other thing that might be good would be inventory space. I don't have it, but it would be good. Now, what might be nice to do would be to put in something like, oh, I don't know, vines or something down there. You know, take out this slab, put in vines so they don't deal with entity cramming. On the other hand, I'm not going to have 20-something rabbits, so that's probably okay. All right, so they get to do things. All right. You know, if I were terribly clever, what would be really interesting to do would be to have these close. You know, it's like, okay, feed the rabbits, hit a button, and then those will stay closed for 5 minutes. And then after the 5 minutes are up, they'd reopen, and then we could come back in and make more rabbits. That would be handy. There's a way to do that. And actually would not be that hard. Okay, it would just require some redstone. And stuff on a dropper, I think. Okay. that's not going to be too bad. The other thing I'm going to do over here is I'm going to set up a very convenient carrot field. So that you can harvest some carrots, come over here, feed the rabbits, and, you know, do the thing. Okay. That seems reasonable. Okay, cool. So, how do I want to do that? I guess, I mean, I've got, this is all going to be stuff, so I don't have a lot of room there. I'm not going to have room to put redstone on top of this. All right, well, maybe it's just not a thing I have to worry about. And that's okay. It would be fancy, but it doesn't need to be fancy, so we'll just not worry about fancy. All right. Okay, but otherwise, this will be fairly straightforward. So, I think I can come in here. Hi. I don't know how many of these guys are ready for making more rabbits, but a few of them are anyway. All right. And so the babies will just sit there. I don't think I need to take out that slab. I think that slab is okay. I should turn these into stairs or something. Just for ease of use, I guess. I have stairs. What do you know? Okay. Yeah, so you come up here, feed the rabbits, and then, yeah, you should be fine. Okay. Yeah, see, the idea is once they wash down, they should just get stuck in that hopper. They don't get stuck in the hopper, but I'm actually curious to see what would happen if a rabbit were to grow up and end up in the water stream. You know, are they still going to slide under into the hopper? I think so. I think rabbits are like a less than a half block. So that would be handy. Then they just sort of wash over and they end up in there and it's all great. Okay. Cool. All right. I feel like I need now to do some decorative nonsense. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing. This is even. I know why I made it even, because it's even up above, but all right, that's all right. It's all right. We're fine. Okay, well, that's fine. Okay. For now, we'll just leave that closed. This is silly. All right, let's build something up here that's going to look all sorts of fun and exciting. I guess I really don't need this to be glass. It should be glass on this side so that we can see. Over here, it doesn't need to be. So, do I want it to be... Actually, you know what I think would be really good here? Would be not snow blocks. My inventory is a mess. If only I had chests and shulker shells. Hang on. We're going to make yet another shulker box. Okay. People ask me, why do you make storage systems? It's because this is what my inventory looks like all the time. And sometimes I like to do something about it. All right. Oops, I want that. I want the axe, and I want the logs. Okay. Yeah. Now, obviously, this is going to be a little bit funky. All right, I'm going to have to wait till those rabbits have grown up, I think, before I can replace this block. Or at least until I'm ready to harvest. Okay. All right. In the meantime, they'll hang out there. All right. Should we see if these guys are ready? All right. Come here, Wabbits. How many of you are wanting to make more Wabbits? You know what I might do? Actually, this would make probably a little bit of sense. Is if I were to wash these guys over and then block them off. Okay. Well, I was hoping to have washed them over, but apparently I'm incapable of such feats of Minecraftian goodness. Heck. All right. We'll oh, hi. Occasionally a baby doesn't make it down. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. But you punch it down and it's fine. I wonder if I should flood it once in a while? I don't know. In any case, now it's raining rabbits. Good. And they're all going to end up in there. That's great. Yeah, with them packed in a little bit more, I think that's actually going to be better. I wonder if I can flood them over one more block. That would make, yeah, that would make all of this a little bit easier. No, no, another baby rabbit. Can I do that? No, apparently not. All right, that's fine. That's fine. We're okay. So, wonderful. So they're all going to sit there. Which is good. Okay. And now we have a bunch of baby rabbits. We're going to have to wait for them to grow up. Okay, which, you know, happens. Eventually. Eventually we have the baby rabbits. Okay, so if I were to do this. I don't know, something here feels a little bit funky. I guess I could do that. Yeah, I mean, if I were to bring this way, right, I could open the door right here. Oops. Right, and I could put the doorway there. I could, heck, I could make it 2 blocks wide. That would be fine too. Right, we could just do something like this, right? Is that? Not that. All right, again, I'm going to have to replace that, but that's the idea anyway. And then you only need to come up here to be able to feed the rabbits. And yeah, it does look like, you know what I might want to do? Sort of hoping that, I can't see in there. If I put water there, it pushes them up. Oh, right. I've got a slight problem. Hang on. Can I hang on? Yeah. All right. How did you get out? That's... You're not supposed to be able to get out. That just seems silly. I guess maybe it snuck out through here. But I left a block up there that they can potentially get up on, so I need to go fix that real quick. All right, no, this is fine. The farm's coming along okay. We're just dazed and confused. It's all good. All right, so basically, is it this block right here? Yeah. Right under where I'm standing. How am I going to get them out? I think what I need to do, that's actually... Okay, waterlogging that is not the right answer. Okay, I think if I can break this, Okay, no, no, no. Stop. Okay, we'll flood them. Okay, apparently I can't flood them that way because there's blocks in the way. Okay, now we flood them that way. Okay, there we go. Which, of course, also stopped the water, which is good. And then what I need to do is deal with this. So, I think I'm going to need more water. Hi. Okay. It's unfortunate. I'm trying really hard to not let my rabbits escape, but... All right. Anyway, this should be good. So we'll let those all end up down there. I probably have too many that I'm going to have to worry about them entity cramming. All right. All right, so we'll let that close for a minute. Wonderful. But yeah, what I do need to do is... How did I get up there? Must have... Did I break? Maybe I broke. Okay. Anyway, so that block's done. This one... Okay, I know what I'm going to do with this one. That's going to have to be a top slab like so. Actually, top slab would be that one. I don't think... jeez. What I actually need, I need to pull the rabbits this way. I wonder if I can... I don't think I can sneak under there. But what I might be able to do is I might be able to slide. No. Nope, 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 nope. I was hoping that I could slip under there and you know, slip a slab in. But nope, that's just not going to cut it. Okay, let's see. What can I do? Not sure what I can do, actually. Whatever I do, I think I'm going to probably end up with some squished rabbit. And that's not ideal. I know, you're shocked. Me doing something that's just weird and doesn't work? Yeah, that's about how this is going to go. Okay. All right, so what I need to do is, one, I need to just block this in so that the rabbits are not going to get out. Okay. All right, so that's... Okay, so that'll be the first step. Rabbits do not escape here. Second step. Okay, drop a slab that way. That should minimize leakage. Okay, that worked. Well, that was just surprisingly easy. Okay. All right, I can live with that. So now we just have our collection of rabbits. And yes, looks like we are getting some that are not falling down, which is fine. It'll fill this up a little bit. Eventually what'll end up happening is there'll be enough rabbits that they'll sort of bump the babies off or off the fence post. Though they're not moving around very much, which is probably good. Sorry, I'm trying to free cam and am unable to push buttons. Okay, I think we're all right. Yeah, see, they're all very excited to see my carrot, and who can blame them, really? All right. Well, sure. Okay. Yeah, we're doing all right. Go ahead and fill this in here. And once these rabbits grow up, which unfortunately said takes 20 minutes, but the idea is, at least I think that the idea is, we load up the farm, we let the rabbits grow up, and when we need to, we can come harvest and then feed the next generation so that they're all ready to go do the thing. All right. At least that's the idea. Don't know how well it's going to work, but that is, in fact, the idea. Nice. All right, so I could... I'm going to... Well, doesn't matter. Put that there. All right. Cool. So yeah, so they're all going to fall down nicely, and then everything will be happy and light. Okay. Now, other than the fact this looks kind of blocky and stupid, we're kind of doing okay, I suppose. All right. Strangely enough, I need more carrots. Okay. So yeah, so this is going to be good. So the next thing I'm going to need, I suppose, now is I'm going to need to set up a little carrot field, which will be all sorts of fun and exciting. Yeah, see, some of these are... Right, there are a few of these that are... Come on. Yeah, there are a few of these that are fully grown up. Yeah, well, we'll give them time. Obviously, I was a little silly and kept breeding more rabbits, so those are going to have to sit there for a while. All right. In the meantime, guess need to figure out what the heck is going to happen next. Because, you know, it'd be nice if this looked a little bit better. All right, well, let's see. That's going to go away. Let's get the dark oak in place. I think I've got more of that. I might not, actually. That's partly why the floor is in the state it's in. Because I probably ran out of dark oak. This can also all go away. All right. Sorry, I'm letting myself get distracted, you know. Do you get easily distracted by stuff? I know I do. All right. We'll just leave that fence there for the moment. All right. That's spruce. Pale oak. It's like dark oak, but in reverse. Yeah, I think I am out of dark oak. All right. Well, to make this a little bit simpler on myself, I guess, at least as far as what's this going to look like over here. Let's go ahead and... this is silly. I'm just going to take some of these planks and move them over. Okay. Is this a silly idea? Yeah, probably. But at least if I can fill in here above the rabbit farm, that'll give at least it'll help me decide what's going to be a better design or something like that, because I'll see what the ceiling looks like. Okay. All right, so that'll come in here. Great. And yeah, I think I do want to pull this all the way across like so. All right, yeah, it looks like most of those rabbits have grown up. Not all of them, but most of them. So we'll give them a few more minutes. All right, so now let's actually bring down the rest of the stuff here, shall we? Okay. Because I'm going to need more birch, and I don't have it. We'll bring this down. And which one of these had birch in it? I had sandstone. That's almost birch. This one. Okay. All right, the shulker monster is migrating, but I'm sure it's not a threat to anybody, right? Yeah, that's the idea. All right. All right, so what I can do... Let's see, if I were to... Hang on. Look at this up here. That's actually not a bad idea. Hang on, we're going to get some more... Yeah, get some more frog lights. Yeah, and I'm going to bring frog lights along the top here, right? So I'm going to come across kind of like so. All right. All right, I think what I want to do is let's bring some more of the birch planks down like this. I might replace those planks. Actually, yeah, I might replace those planks with sandstone. Okay, but for now, we'll go with it. All right, and okay, axe. Just bring this across like this. Yeah, I think I can replace it. Either this is going to work out great, or we're about to have a huge mess. That one's fine. This one, yeah, I might be fine. On this side, it'll be fine, because I've got that other block in place. Okay. Which is good. That the block needs to be there. I just don't know if... Okay. There. If I do this, that will absolutely keep the rabbits out. Because they're going to sit here. This is a bottom slab. Okay. So actually, if I make this a top slab, then they'll definitely be blocked. So I can do that. Okay. Cool. Hey, Carp, how's it going? Hope you're having a fabulous day over there on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. All right, now, let's see. Do I have... I've got oak planks. Close enough. Trapdoors. There we go. That, yeah, that'll work. Anyway, I am building a rabbit farm. Yes, indeedly do. Actually, more like past tense. I have built a rabbit farm. Now I'm just making it pretty. Oh, hang on. Do I still have? I do still have. Okay, yeah. Yep, so now I'm just gonna... I'm waiting for the rabbits that are in there to grow up so I can run the first harvest and make sure all of that's working the way it needs to, but yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. Yeah, I think so. All right, so this is gonna go through here. We'll run this. So this will match somewhat what's happening upstairs with the machine, with the potion brewing machine. Do I run that all the way over? Okay, with the window. Yeah. Those are not the logs I'm looking for. Those are the logs I'm looking for. Awesome. Okay. We'll just run those across like so. Again, this block needs to be replaced, but I think we're okay with everything else. Yeah. Yeah, this will be good, especially once I get the rest of the ceiling over. Then we can have all sorts of other fun and excitement happening here. But I believe we are ready for our first true harvest of this machine. And that's just a simple come over here with your sweeping edge sword and go thwack and thwack. Okay. And yeah, so we'll start getting rabbit hide, raw rabbit, and there we go, rabbit's feet and rabbit heads. But the rabbit feet is the important part here for me. Okay. Awesome. So we now have, okay, 2 rabbit feet, which is the whole point of the farm, really. I don't care about the rabbit hide. I don't really care about the raw rabbit. I mean, the heads are fine, but the feet are the important part because I need that for the potions. Okay, awesome. And now that the rabbits are out of there, I can definitely put that in place. Okay. All right, and then we can do some other fun design stuff here. But, like, I don't know, stuff. All right. Okay, so that can be closed, I suppose, while we're not dealing with the rabbits. Okay, we can definitely close that. Honestly, okay, do I need this at all? I don't. If this is slabs, right, I can take those out. Yes, I am using it. I'm using it for the rabbit feet. So upstairs, I have a potion brewer. So I've got this big machine up here, right here, where you can come in and you can select, hey, I want jump boost potions, so you can select rabbit feet, and then start the brewer. Well, if I'm going to brew with rabbit's feet, I kind of need rabbit feet. So I need a way to get it. This isn't the fastest farm in the world, but I don't think it needs to be. Because the reality is, if you need lots of jump boost, that's why we have beacons. So more likely than not, you'll just be doing a single batch rather than lots of batches. Okay, so if we do this, then really what I really don't need. I mean, I could just bring this in like so. I don't know if I like this, but I know I don't like it as the raw logs here. I would strip strip them, right? Okay. So whatever I put there, let's say it's planks. Okay, I put the planks there. This would come out. Okay, then I could put the stripped logs right here. Okay, and I can still then come in here, reach all of our happy little hungry bunnies, right? Right? I can just, hi, hungry bunnies. Right? And then we can breed up a bunch. I think I got a handful of them there. Yeah, there might be some babies that end up stuck, as I said before, but they should probably end up falling out eventually. Okay, that's, yeah, it's not fabulous, but it seems to work okay. Definitely has its weaknesses here, but I think mostly that's okay. And so we get some rabbits down here, and that's the idea. Okay, yeah. That's not too bad. Like I said, it's a little bit funky with how the rabbits are sort of just sitting there, and which ones are breedable and can I reach them and not, or whatever, but hit boxes are getting in the way or something. I'm actually curious. Let me go get some more water. Where's the closest water? Probably the ocean. So we'll go grab some of that. Or, actually right here. There we go. That's right. I forgot. I had a sink installed. Yeah, the plumber was very kind and did not overcharge, which is always a plus. Yes, now we can... just gonna flood them over for a minute. I don't know if that's gonna make any difference, but... the good news is I don't think... yeah, see, I don't think they can suffocate if I've got them like this. Because they've got breathing room. Okay, so if I do that, it might be good to rig a... oh, wrong thing. So it might be good to rig a button to flood this so that they can, you know, flow out or whatever. Okay. Said I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference, but, you know, maybe. With, like, cow farms and stuff, you know, it would, but, you know, if you're feeding them from the top, but I'm feeding them from the bottom. I'm shoving food up through their little hindquarters so they make more babies that way. But flooding it does, I think, shake the babies loose. Which is sort of important here. Okay. Seems like it's just adults. So yeah, let's do that. Redstone. Redstone box. All right. Let's see if I've got a dispenser. That's a furnace. Dispenser. Yes, I do. Well, that's handy. Okay. So let's see if I can make this work then. So if that goes that way. All right. Now I've got a dispenser. Now I just need to hang on, scoop up the water. All right, so now I just need a way to trigger it, which I should be able to do from up here. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to have to do, hang on. is actually get up here. See, it's the other side of this block, I think. Yeah. So this doesn't have to be... That doesn't have to be there anymore. Okay. I do need to be sure that the rabbits don't get through that, so... Alright, so I'm going to put smooth stone there. This actually can be replaced by anything else. I don't know what I want to replace it with, but something else. I think maybe... Okay, so we can't see it from outside, of course. You can only see it from inside the farm. So what would I want to replace that with? So it doesn't have to be lights or anything. It should just be something there that's... I don't know, something. I think what I'm going to do is let's get some oak. And I know oak might be a weird shout here, but we're going to try it with some oak. Okay. Use some stripped oak on the top of that. Okay. Because, I don't know, might work. All right, so we'll just... All right, let me just take a look and see what that looks like from the inside. But I think, yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Awesome. So because I now have, or will have solid blocks here, oops, now I can actually run some redstone on top of that. That doesn't have to be there, but it is now, so, ha! Okay, fine. Not. All right, so that means what I can do is, let's see. Let's see what I can do. I'm sure I can do something. I need some redstone dust, first of all. Okay, and then I need a button. What would be a good button? Because it should be a darker color, so we'll see. But if I were to stick this right here, I can't put a button there while that trap door is there. So that means, do I just want to take those out? I guess that's okay. It's not like they're going anywhere. All right, so what button do I use? Oh, actually, you know what might be cool here would be some would be a mangrove button. I think I still have a little bit of mangrove upstairs. So let's go take a look. Also, I'm going to take off my sweater because it's getting a little warm. At least I'm getting warm. I don't think it's any warmer in the house, but I'm starting to feel it anyway. Okay, let's go see. I think I've got some mangrove. Or it's in the box I already took downstairs with me. No, apparently not. Come back, come back, come back. Okay, and we should be back. Sorry about that. Apparently my whole network just flipped out. Yeah, my whole network just decided that, you know what? You don't need to be here anymore. And well, I disagreed with it. That's, ooh, not at all what I was looking for. In any case, I'm back. I was hoping for a little blackstone, actually. Obsidian. You know what? Let's head down into the storage room. I might have some there. If not, there's easy access to the portal. Anyway, that was just weird. Sorry about that. And I know it was a full network thing because my my connection to the server dropped, and then my stream dropped. And I'm doing all of this on the same box, so... Okay. Oh. Or on the... I'm doing this on different boxes, so... That's what I'm thinking. Okay. There we go. Polished Blackstone button. Okay, I think that'll be easier to see anyway. All right. So let's see what we can do. Hopefully this will work, because then it'll be fairly easy. Right? Then we can just flush the rabbits and then unflush the rabbits. All right. Cool. Yeah, that'll work out nicely. So then I can just do whatever here. I don't know if I want to do the... I mean, I could do the lights. Right, I could bring frog lights just across like so. Right. And then go trapdoor. I don't want to put a trapdoor here. Right, because that'll get all flappy. And I really don't want that to be flappy. That would be just weird. All right, but whatever it is, I can slap some stuff. Actually, you know what might be good? Let's get some oak slabs. Oak slabs. Oh, hey. I have planks on me already. Wonderful. All right, this should work out okay, I think. I think it's going to be okay. But again, the trapdoors. Yeah, mostly, I think that's going to be okay. Maybe not, but it looks like it'll be fine. We'll have the rest of that ceiling go across there. Let's go ahead and bring this across like so. And that will continue all of that happy goodness. And then what I can do is I can bring the... Right. And just bring this birch across like so. Now, in all honesty, I do kind of like having a little bit of something here. I don't know if I want it to actually stay the stone, but could be something. All right. The other thing that needs to happen is I'm going to need some carrots. So let's talk about carrots. I think if I were to just come in and replace this with dirt. Okay. Something along these lines. Okay. Plus, this gives me that dark oak back, so I could fill in that hole I put in. Or at least maybe fill in above the farm. That's probably the right way to do that. I could even come in under here. And if I fill that with water, that will irrigate 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of dirt this way. That'd be handy. All right. Cool. Well, I have water. Let's go see if I can find some dirt. And also maybe put this happy little redstone box away. Okay. But yeah, I think this is going to... I think this will work. It doesn't have to be a huge carrot farm. Just enough that you can harvest enough carrots to feed a couple of batches of rabbits if you need it. Okay. Granite. I know I have some dirt here. I just don't know where I put it. Ah, there we go. That be enough? 4 times. Let's It's going to be close. Oh, well, I was going to say, since I'm up here, I might as well do stuff, but... All right. All right, so that should be good. So now I can fill this in with some dirt. I'll go grab a hoe here in a minute, and we'll deal with that. This is going to have to come out. Okay, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's a little bit wonky, let's be honest, but it's okay. At the very least, it means that I'll have plenty of light for the crops. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just get all of this in place. Now, what I don't have is carrots. So let's go grab some carrots, huh? Actually, I don't remember. Do carrots respond to fortune? I honestly don't remember. Well, we'll grab the we'll grab my fortune hoe anyway and see if that makes if it makes a difference. Great. If not, it's no big deal. But let's go ahead and we'll just duck over to the city and we'll harvest some carrots because I definitely have a bunch over there. Okay. I turned off the environmental fog in Voxy and you can see everything. Right, there's the gold farm, there's I think that was a piglin farm, actually. So I could get piglins to load up in the farm. And way over that way, I think, there's the Blaze farm. I think my portal's over there. It's, yeah. Yeah, you can see everywhere. I think there's Edge's portal over that way. It's a little crazy. Also, I should just turn off like Matica for a little while, but I had it on so I could build the potion brewer, and I don't need it right now, but I still have it. Okay, anyway, let's see now. Carrots. Carrots are up on the second floor here. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I want the hoe. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just harvest the one side. I don't think I need to worry about. Well, I mean, it won't hurt to have extra carrots there. So, of course, I may not have inventory space for extra carrots. That's always a consideration. Yeah. Look. So much garbage. Okay. All right, so as much as I would like to have to bring extra carrots back, I don't think that's going to be that big of an option here. All right, you know what? Don't need those trapdoors. Okay. All right, so that should be fine. Okay. Meanwhile, my little bamboo farm is still making bamboo. Heck, I might actually be... No, I'm not backed up. I've got plenty of space here. Okay. Not like I'm here to actually harvest it or for it to grow or do any of that stuff, but, you know, it's there anyway. Yeah, this is... this little build is... It's going to be a little square in there. I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't do something, but... It's all right. We'll deal with what we've got. I mean, I'm here. I don't have inventory space, but I could. I could harvest some dark oak, but as I just said, I don't have inventory space, so it's going to have to wait. It's going to have to wait. Meanwhile, this iron golem much prefers being in the nether than it prefers being in the overworld. Don't know why, but it does. It just keeps meandering through nether portals when it should be in the overworld, keeping the zombie piglins from just being a nuisance. Silly golem. Of course, now he's on the wrong side, but okay. That's fine. I'm sure he's fine. Oh, let's see now. So, we'll plant some carrots. I think I'll set up, you know what, I have chests on me, right? Yeah. Let's go ahead and set up some chests here for carrot storage if people need it. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. So yeah, so now we can just come in here, grab some carrots, and, you know, feed rabbits. Which again, that's sort of the idea here, right? Is to feed all the wabbits. Yes. Feed the wabbit, feed the wabbit. Right, so let's just do this. Because obviously, we need to test to be sure carrots work. That's right. That's right. Good. Yeah. Flush. I don't think it's going to matter, but... Okay. There we go. Yeah, see, the babies, they may end up here, but because they'll run away from me, potentially, I won't have to worry about them. That's what I'm going to tell myself anyway. Okay. I may change this. This doesn't look very good, but you know, it's okay, I guess. Okay. All right. Do we want to? Yeah, we'll do something like this. Actually, what I should do is let's go get some smooth sandstone. This is going to look a lot better with smooth sandstone. Okay. Which I happen to have in this box. No, that one. That box. Cool. Got it. Woohoo! Okay. Smooth sandstone. Actually, I mean, it's just sandstone, but I think I have some smooth in there. Smooth sandstone. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, because actually, I think what I want to do is we'll bring some smooth sandstone up this way. And I think I'm going to take out the corners here. And we're going to replace this with smooth sandstone. Okay. Okay. All right, so this will slide right across here like so. All of our happy little dark oak. Okay, this I'll take out. We'll replace this with sandstone. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. Right, these trapdoors. I mean, I don't have to keep doing this. I'm apparently going to, but I don't have to. Yeah. All right, so that would go like so, and then I can come in here with our strip birch. Right. And then the planks would fill in the middle. I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's okay. I can just continue this across like so. It's a little bit repetitive maybe, but it does look a little bit better. Okay, so let's continue this here too. Right. Right, so that's going to go there. I think what I want to do is actually let's get some birch wood. And then I'm going to put that here. Okay, that way you're not seeing the end of the log. It's all there and normal and stuff. Okay. Okay, so rabbits are there. We've got, obviously I haven't harvested it since. Okay, this should also be dark oak. Okay. Nice. All right, so yeah, so this is going to be okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just continue this across. It's a little bit boring. I'm not going to lie. But it's okay. It kind of works, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got all of this happening here. Right, so we can come up, we can feed the rabbits. We can sort of flush them to shake some loose. I was actually just wondering if maybe I should replace that block with an observer. Getting it facing the right way would be a challenge, but because just having it, okay, flush and then unflush right away, but that's okay. That's okay. We're good here. And then I can come in with some wood, I think. Yeah. Like I could come, oops, well, not quite. I could come in with some mangrove doors. I don't think so. The mangrove looks good upstairs. It's not great here. But some, I don't know. What did I use upstairs? I did just use birch. Okay. Okay. Well, that's fine. I can make some birch doors. Birch doors. Making birch doors. All right. There we go. And I should probably slap a sign or two on there, huh? Yeah. I don't think I'm going to use pale oak. We're gonna stick with the birch here for the signs. Okay. Rabbit is spelled with 2 B's. Rabbit farm. I wonder. I don't think there's a cute little rabbit emoji here that I can, unicorn. I mean, that's not, I mean, that's fingers doing peace sign. That's not a cute rabbit. But, it would be handy, I suppose. Nope, doesn't look like there's anything. At least not handy. Maybe I could jump into the Unicode table and find a rabbit emoji, but this will work. Okay. That's fine. It needs some glow ink and some other, dye that. Actually, it might be. I don't know if I wonder if it would be better. Yeah. Sadly, I can't. Okay, yeah, that'll work. And then I can just dye it and we can get some labels and glow squiddy bits and stuff. Okay. But yes, I am using separate machines, so I can't copy and paste. Also, it would have to be the Unicode character for a rabbit, which... So I'll have to take a look and see if there's something there I can grab. But okay, and then let's put a sign here. Let's see. How do I want to put this? Use sweeping edge to hit the armor stand. Okay, that's a thing. All right, so that works, and then I could, let's see. I guess I need more signs. But yeah, if I could copy and paste that'd be really handy. But that's okay. I can always come back in here later and see if I can do something there. Okay. I don't know. Flush if needed. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. Okay. Well, on the plus side, I think we have a working rabbit farm. All right. And let's give this a harvest. Okay. That's the other reason that water is there, is partly to okay. There were still some babies there apparently. But yeah, that water is there to help push the rabbits and get them back into the hopper there, but okay. Yeah, see, we've got a couple of extra rabbit feet now. Not the fastest farm ever, but I mean, it works. Okay. Yeah, I should think about doing some sort of cute little decorative storage or something back here. Also, maybe some birch doors. Gonna need more birch doors. Gonna need more doors. There we go, birch. All right. And then over here, behind door number 2. Okay, right. And this is our carrot farm. Farts? No. Farm. Carrots, I don't think. We have to worry about flatulence from the carrots. So kind of wonder if I should replace those, but yeah, it's okay. All right. Yeah, so this is good. I should probably also maybe stick a hoe here in an item frame or something, just in case somebody needs it, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. Okay. Oops. All right. Otherwise, we've got ourselves a nice little thing here. Honestly, this is looking a little bit nicer in here than I thought it was, but okay. So now we can start feeding some rabbits. And so this, if you flush them, it sort of shuffles the rabbits around a little bit. So that makes it a little bit easier to reach out and feed any of the adults and then wash any of the babies out, hopefully. Okay. You know, they're there. They're doing rabbity things. Okay. But we now have a bunch of rabbits down here waiting to grow up so that I can harvest their little feets. Okay. Yeah, again, not the most exciting of farms, but it is going to do what I need it to do, I think. So, you know, that's always a plus, right? There. All right. So there we go. You know, I think I want to move this. Or at least maybe put an up arrow on it. That I know I've got. All right. There we go. You know, whether they need to be flushed or not is anybody's guess, but yeah, that'll work. Yeah, this definitely helps if they grow up in the hopper and then they end up sort of being stuck in there, but it's okay. All right. Actually, no, honestly, I've got rabbit heads. Would it make sense to just... Maybe not right there, but... All right. I mean, I've got multiple rabbit heads. This is not going to be an issue. I wonder if it would be better to grab some item frames. I think I left them upstairs. If I were to put some item frames there instead of the rabbit heads, right, or put the heads in the frames, that might give us a slightly better look, you know? Okay. Ah, there we go. Yeah, these... Yeah, we've got some glow ink. Well... Alright. I don't know that I'm quite ready to glow ink those yet, but, you know. I suppose I could make some glowy item frames to put the rabbit heads in. That's a possibility. Okay, so that'll go in there. Yeah, so if I were to take this off, let's go ahead and take those signs off too. And if I were to put the rabbit heads in the signs, or in the item frames. Yeah, see, that's not bad. They're a little bit smaller, which I think is maybe not a bad thing. Now, what I could do, let's see. Trigger IF invisible. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Well, if that doesn't get the point across. Yeah. Okay. Well, that, I guess, works. Okay, so, sandstone goes in that box. Yeah, really boxy, unfortunately, but once I get the rest of the roof in and stuff, I don't think it's going to be quite so bad. And really, it's the important stuff is in here. So, okay. Nice. So we've got that. Yeah, let's go ahead and make a couple of dark oak pressure plates for the carrot farm as well. So those will grow, which is handy. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but this is just a little bit ugly. Not going to lie. It's a little bit not cool. But I don't need that torch there, so that at least can go away. Yeah, we've got plenty of light from all the frog lights in here, so that's good. All right. Nice. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything else I want to worry about with this at this point. Are we done? Okay, so right, we can feed the rabbits. We can slay the rabbits. We can pick up the rabbit bits. I think we have a successful farm here, y'all. I think this is great. Okay. Okay, well, you know, I like it when things work, you know? All right, so we go ahead and put those away. And those I'm not going to worry about making glowy frames. These ones will slather up. I don't think I have any orange dye, which would be the really handy one to have here, but that's okay. That's okay. So, I mean, I could put carrots in an item frame here too, I suppose. But okay. I could put carrots in an item frame. If I want them to be invisible, which is definitely a possibility, obviously. All right, well, we'll just wasted some squid ink. That's all right. Right, I could just slap that in there like that. Make the item frames go away. All right, just go invisible. Right? Yeah, I think that works a little bit nicer. Okay. I mean, I could put the item frames on the door, but all right, no, that works. That works a little bit better. We'll go with it. All right, so the next question is, what's the next thing to work on over here? Obviously, there's a lot to do. But probably the next thing that I'm going to need to do is to harvest some dark oak so I can finish some floors and stuff. But I also need to deal with I guess sort of the decorative entryway, which I wanted to be sort of the chapel and stuff. Yeah, something along those lines might be good. I just don't know what I want it to look like, but whatever it's going to look like, I'll get to work on that upstairs. All right, let's go ahead and clean up this mess a little bit anyway. Yeah, we'll just put some of this, all that stuff away. Okay. Nice. All right, let's head back upstairs. Let's take a look at what the plan is going to be up there. So I don't remember how much I took out here, but not that much. Or, you know, more than what I have. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we've got ourselves our happy little area here. Now, all of this is going to be replaced. I'm going to put in a stained glass window here. And I need to sort out whatever the heck is going to happen on this side. Now, obviously, I've got some ceiling action happening here, right? So the ceiling is actually lower in this room than it is in the rest of the building, right? Because you've got the roof is way up there. Okay. But that kind of needs to happen. It was just a little bit too tall going up that way. So, but in here, I think I want that. Now, I think there's some areas here where I'm going to need to put in some, like there, I need to put in some deep slate to fill in that gap so that we've got a nice smooth slant coming down on that roof. Right, we'll get the stained glass window. I suppose I should figure out how big that's going to be. And then this wall is going to have to go basically all the way to the roof. Okay. Now you're only going to see part of it from this side, and I've got some decorative work that has to happen back here as well. But I'm not entirely sure how all this is going to work. All right, so let's go ahead and slap this stuff down. Okay, that's more wood. If I were paying attention, there we go. Smooth sandstone. Do not have much of that left, actually. Which, you know, might be okay, but... Now, what I don't know is if I want the top of this to be a little more solid, right? Or if I want to continue doing some patterns or anything like that. I don't know. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in this way. Okay, this one's going to get a little bit weird. Nope, that was the wrong one. Where's my scaffolding? There it is. Okay, so that, whoa, oh, wait, I'm going to fall off. Fall off. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so that goes there. This one comes out. All right. All right, so yeah, it's the same thing. No. I would like to put the blocks in the right place. That would be handy. Okay, so then this block, oh, I don't have the stairs in place on this side, so that's a little bit easier. Because, you know, I ran out of deep slate, so, you know, lacking on some of that over there. Okay, so that's going to go up like so. We'll fill in the deep slate around the edges. I was seeing sort of some level of inspiration there. And now I don't know what. It's like, you ever have one of those things where you look at something, it's like, oh, that could be something. And now I don't know what that something is. Right? I mean, I could just fill that in solid birch, right? Which would be fine. I could fill it in with birch, but then also maybe put in some planters or something like that up there so there's maybe some greenery, right? in the chapel in my church building, right? You've got the main, you've got the chapel, you've got all the pews, the walls go up, but the walls don't go all the way to the ceiling, at least not right away. There's a cutout, right? It sort of goes back, and then there's rows. And we've got there's like fake plants or something there, but it's planters of, fake greenery and stuff. It's kind of cool. Okay, there's a hole in the floor. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go harvest some dark oak. I guess, tomorrow while I'm, not at work, I could go farm some dark oak. Tree farming is not my favorite thing in the world, but Crystal's thinking stained glass window type design, but done with wood types. Interesting. Sort of a mural type, like wood inlay type thing. I could see that. I could totally see that. I certainly have all of the wood types. Interesting. I don't know what sort of design, but I like that idea, Crystal. Also, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hope you're having a fabulous day over there on the YouTube side of things. Interesting. Yeah, because there's going to be an actual stained glass window here. So having something on this side that's actually, I could see 3 different like wood cuts or wood inlay type things. If I were to go solid with birch, right? So that's the maybe if that's my canvas, if you want to think of it that way. And then inlay spruce and mangrove and all of that stuff. Yeah, that could be fun. Set them back one so the pillars stand out. That's but yeah, birch is the canvas. I can't do that given the way this wall is set. Though I could bring the wall out forward a little bit. It's just unfortunately the way this is set up, I don't really have room on this side, I think, to put anything in. On the other side, I've got room, at least a little bit, because there's this gap before you hit the redstone. But these 2 areas, yeah, if I were to bring the pillars out, right, I think I can do this. That one I can't. Okay, but let's go ahead and bring these ones down anyway. This one, I can't bring this one out because of the doorway here. But the rest of it, I can, which honestly is not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, hang on, I crafted up a bunch of torches because I was doing some exploring and digging out of stuff over at the Badlands. And I made way too many torches, as is often the case. I put 1 stack away in the storage, and I still had 2 stacks with me when I came back. Hang on. All right, hang on. I gotta... Sandstone is a little annoying to get, so I don't want to lose it. Okay. Now, I think that's going to work. Leave those ones back. I can still put the birch and the inlay here. They'll all be at the same level as this wall. But just having these pillars out forward is going to give it some depth that I think it needed. So that was a great shout there, Crystal. I appreciate that. That is, yeah, that's going to be a good shout. All right, all right, I can live with that. Do I remember where I put all of my birch? Okay, let's at least fill that in, and then then I need to figure out what sort of design needs to go in there. And that's going to be an interesting question. Okay. Clean out those stairs I've got there, but, you know. Okay. That's fine. We can do it. Jumpy, jumpy. Okay, there we go. You know, I was going to say, I have rabbit's feet. I can make jump boost potions now, but my machine isn't hooked up yet, so I guess maybe not. Okay. All right, so yeah, now it's just a matter of what is going to go in there. Ah, those are the wrong way. Oh well. Oh well, it's fine. It's totally fine. Okay. The good news is that this side I don't have any of the I don't have any of the stairs, so at least the planks will go in a little bit easier here. Okay. Dang, so what to do? I was thinking that for the stained glass window, I would do a stylized potion, or a stylized brewing stand. All right, something like that. Boy, that almost wants to be a different color. You see what I'm seeing there? This almost, like, I could change this whole thing. This section almost wants to be a different color. I don't know what I would make it. I mean, I could make it oak, because that's been my highlight color. But if I'm going to use that as a canvas for other things, that wouldn't make a lot of sense. Okay. We okay in here? Yeah. All right. That's good. Huh. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just fill it in. But yeah, I could totally see something. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Crystal. Some sort of inlay would be fabulous. Okay, well, let's go ahead and fill this guy. Oops. And I'm out of birch. All right. Of course. Do I have a stair there? Maybe I do have a stair there. Hang on. Let me turn on the gamma so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. That's right. This side I put in all the stairs. All right. Ah, jeez, monkeys. Okay. All right. Yeah, said I need to get. Well, I've got some stairs in my inventory now. Actually, I think I even have some deep slate because I went mining for it a while back and found some. Turns out they just leave deep slate hanging out in the ground, you know? I know, it's weird, right? But it's true. Seems like a strange place to keep rocks, but, you know, What do I know? I'm not a geologist. Okay. Go ahead and just turn the gamma on just so it's easier for everybody to see. All right. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit better. I have right, and so this would have to come in like so. All right, and right, so that's fine. This would go okay. Gravity. Gravity works. Gravity works. Oh, we know that gravity works. All right. Yeah, so that would go in that way. Okay, I believe this side is all set. So, yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and fill this in since we're here. Okay, again, with the whole gravity and the working thing. All right. Okay, well, that should be... oh, jeez. Look, there's a big hole up there. I wouldn't have seen it if I didn't have the gamma turned on. Oh, there's another slot right there, too. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, so that's the thing. And yes, I've got lots of deep slate to go fill in up top, but... But yeah, see, that's... Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, to get some flavor of woodcut. The interesting thing is if we do it with wood rather than glass or something, there's no real extra light. So it'd be interesting to figure out if I wanted to throw some glow lichen up there or light it in some other way so that it's visible. Also, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with the center here, so that's the thing. Okay, hang on. I want to come back out and look at this steeple. You know what I think I might do? Where is that? That torch is right there. I think what I want to do is, let's see, do I have a soul lantern? I know it's a really specific... I've got a regular lantern. I don't know if I've got a soul lantern here. If I do, I think it would be really nice to hang from the center of that, darn. I don't. I probably had some soul sand in one of those boxes that I just totally clicked past, but... Ooh, actually, I know where I might have some. Yeah. I just want a little bit of extra light to light up that second tier of that, okay, spire. I just had the word for it a minute ago. Steeple. That's the word. Isn't that cool? I like that. So this one, I think I want to strip back the copper, but I like those lanterns. Those, yeah, lanterns. There we go. Soul lanterns. That's the ticket. I want to use soul lanterns, a soul lantern up there because it doesn't put off quite as much light. Because I don't want it to be like super, super bright, but just enough. Yeah, it looks really cool. And, oh, that's a creeper. Okay, that's a creeper. I want to not have the creeper around. Thanks. All right. All right, so now, let's see. I'm going to just pop right up here. I think this is the right one. Hope it's the right one. If not, I'll slide over it. It's not. Okay. Right. Take that out for a minute. Okay, and what oops. Okay. All right, so what I want to do is I want to hang the soul lantern from here. Okay. And then I want to put that torch back. Which I think was about there. Woohoo! Gotta love gravity. All right. So now I can come back up here, and I believe this one, it's right. That. All right. Cool. Now, when night falls again, we'll take another look at the steeple, but because obviously during the day it's not going to matter, but at night that should add just a little bit of extra light right around the top of this and light this top section of this steeple, which I think is going to be good. Okay. I don't like the light bleed that happens here with these stairs. It just, I don't know if that's a vanilla problem or if it's an issue with like sodium or something else, one of the mods I have, but I really don't like how that light is bleeding through that. Oh well, we'll deal with it. Yeah, anyway, we can do some fun stuff up there. Said I just don't know what I want it to look like, but yeah, some sort of something. Okay. Well, suppose, Crystal, if you have ideas, let me know. Because you're right, something really cool there would be awesome. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to deal with today? I think this is about it. We've made some good progress. I'm just going to fall down because, you know, I don't have floors here, so that's a thing. But we've got ourselves a nice little rabbit farm now, so we can get rabbit's feet for the machine up there. Got a little carrot farm down here so we can, you know, feed the rabbits. That's always a helpful thing to be able to do. I like it. It's not necessarily the prettiest thing ever. And I could, I suppose, replace those slabs with something that's not stone, but I don't know, it's all good. I think it works. Okay. Nice. Well, let's go ahead and call it here. This has definitely been a day. I think we made some good progress, and it's always nice when I like building farms, and even though it's not a big complicated farm, it was still fun to do. Also, I would give a shout out to my awesome and amazing supporters. You see them scrolling by over there at musicfreegaming.com. And if you'd like to help support the channel, that is the place to do it. Next stream is going to be Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So it's going to be 2026, y'all. It'll be the first stream we're going to stream on New Year's Day, apparently. So, yippee and stuff. We'll have to do something fun. Maybe I'll go raid an ancient city. Yeah, I might do that. I might go raid an ancient city. That could be an interesting side quest. But until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.